Here we are, 323 West Delaware.
It's gorgeous.
But I have one other thing to disclose.
Oh, what's
and that is that the owners were reluctant to sign Form 21D.
21D?
Now that's the form that has to do with the history of the property. You know, any crimes or any just sort of taints.
Frankly, Mrs. Windermere, I'm much more interested in the future history that I'm going to create in this house, rather than the past history of anyone else who's lived here.
Now, I haven't been in contact with the owners for over 4 years. They've moved to another state. However, they've given me the power of attorney to sell the property at a reasonable price.
How did it come down to you? Did they just abandon their legal rights to it?
Well, I'm not just the realtor. I was the neighbor girl.
Oh, yes, that makes a lot of sense.
7,000 square foot lot. And look at this view.
Oh, this is just breathtaking.
All framing your lovely house.
I remember when I was 4 years old, looking out the window and seeing this view. Of course, those trees were much smaller then, but I remember it.
Reminds you of home, huh?
More than you know.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Okay.
Charming. It just needs a little TLC.
A trip to the jungle too.
So the street's very quiet. The airport's close by, but you know, you can't avoid that here in town.
I know.
Lovely plantings. I guess someone really cared about it at some point, but you know, it's been kind of let go.
Oh, I don't think it would take much to bring it back at all.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're liking it. The owners have indicated they want at least 3 figures. What is it that you're thinking? Oh my goodness. 125?
That's my first and final offer, Mrs. Windermere. I think you'll find it adequate. Mrs. Windermere, let me put my cards on the table with you. I want this house, and I'll do what I need to do to get my hands on it.
Would you like to see the inside now?
I'd love to.
We have to go through the garage. The front door's been barricaded. I'll explain later.
That must be quite a story. I really don't understand why you insisted on coming to see this other property.
I've never lost a house.
Pretty much got my mind made up
1620
on the property you just showed.
No, but wait till you see this one. It's in much better condition, and the price is double.
I don't mind having to fix it up, Mrs. Windermere.
Perhaps. I think it's this next block.
I made a
it's
very
right
generous offer on the other house,
well,
Mrs. Windermere.
I'm just trying to give you some. I never advise a buyer to buy the first house they look at. It's just simply
it's
not
hardly
good.
The first house I've
It's
it's just the first one I've looked at with you. Let's just go back to the car and we'll drive around until we find it.
I guess I turned around. Maybe it's up just 2 more blocks. Let's walk up.
Can't we get in the car, Mrs.
I used to
Windermere,
play
and
jacks
drive?
on this street and hopscotch.
Mrs. Windermere?
I've never lost a house before, Midge.
Come on,
Right up that way.
Let's go back to the car.
No, just 2 more blocks up the street.
What are you trying to tell me? What are you keeping from me? I've made a perfectly
Oh,
acceptable offer on a house that I saw and enjoyed.
It's me, Barbie.
Barbie?
Barbie Babbage, your neighbor.
You knew it was me all along?
I did. Midget?
This stupid fight all those years ago has robbed me of my rightful inheritance. I want it back, and I'm willing to pay any price to get it, Barbie. You know how I love that house. I grew up in that house.
Your parents used to own half of Victory.
They cut me off.
Cut you off.
After
And now you want to buy that crumbling down thing?
I've got money. I married well. I left this town behind.
I guess you do. A check for $125,000.
You're not being very professional.
You'll have to find another agent to sell you that rat hole.
You already accepted the offer. You can't back out now.
No!